Hi guys, today I'm going to be trying to rectify a problem I'm having with my getting pretty stuffed Nanami Cafe B6 Slim notebook. And you can see when it's in here, this is a Lacao B6 Slim folio. It's coming out the edges and getting all crunched up here on the spine. So I'm gonna try to, my plan is to move it out of the folio and put it into a regular TN, because when you put it in the TN, it doesn't seem to, at least this one I'm planning on, if you had a softer leather it might, but it's not crunching up my spine. So that's my plan right now, is to put it in here, but I of course don't want to put it on the strings, and I really don't want to put any more pressure on the book, so I'm not going to put it in the pockets or anything, or the secretarial flap. So I'm going to make a jacket for it. And so I had found a while ago these file folders at TJ Maxx. They're Kate Spade's, and I love them so much, not only because I think they're cool looking, but they are really pretty thick, and they kind of have a smooth feel to them, like there's some sort of coating on them inside and out. They're just super nice. And so I'm going to use it, and hopefully it will work to hold as a jacket to hold my journal in. So I've pre-measured my journal. It's 7 inches. So I am going to cut my journal, or my folder jacket, to 7 1/4 inches. And this is my heavy duty cutter. And if I put the even edge down here and align this at 7 1/4 and cut. Now this is a really heavy duty amateur cutter. So it's a Fiskars. I got it at Michael's with my 40% off coupon. I'm gonna need that in just a minute again. So I have my height and I have my width. And the other thing I like about these folders, if I can ever find more, I am gonna get more. But they already have the score marks for your bottom, and which works out very nicely. And so once you have your top edge and your bottom edge figured out, because that's how thick I want mine, there's also a couple other score marks there. If you wanted it a little bit thinner, you could do that. But I'm getting it to hold the chunkiness, so that's gonna be good for me. Okay, so the top of my journal is about 4 1/4, and I am gonna add 2 1/2 inches here. I think 2 1/2 will give me a nice flap. So 4 1/4 plus 2 1/2 is 6 3/4. So I think I'm going to do 7, just in case there's a problem. I'll do 7 each way. So I want to take the top edge and do 7, and then take the bottom edge and do 7. So I'm gonna line this top edge right here. There's the 7. I'm gonna line my top groove there and cut. Then I'm gonna line up my bottom groove, the outside groove there, and cut. Okay, that should be all I need the cutter for. Okay, so now I have my basic outline of what it's gonna be, and it should be a little bit bigger and then enough to fold back and slide the journal in. So let's just confirm that we want, so this is kind of in there nicely, and we're gonna do, yeah, 2.5 inches, I think. 2.5 is gonna be good. So I'm going to take my ruler and come in 2.5 inches. There's my 2.5 inch mark. And I'm gonna just do a little score line. And I'm gonna do another one up here, 2.5. This isn't surgery, so it's okay if it's a tiny bit off. And then you just line those up. I leave them out just a little bit because my score is going to come out from here. So I'm going to score down. I score it pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to come here and do the same thing. I'm going to come out. Where's my 2.5? There we go. 2.5. And do a little score, line, another one here, and then I line my line up down here, and that looks good. And so I'm gonna score. These aren't exactly the same. Oop, then this moves terribly. These aren't exactly the same. That's okay. All right. So now I have my fold line, and so I'm just going to fold on that, and I'm going to take my boning tool and give it a nice score. Here's the same way, nice score. Before we do anything anymore, let's just double check, make sure that it's going to hold the notebook good, and it does. This is gonna stick out because that's sticking out from the cover. See, this spine is so bad that the pages are sticking out from it, and there's not anything I can do because you can just see it's just, the spine is just not doing so well back there just because it's so chunked up. Has nothing to do with it being in a folio. It's just so much in here, the spine can't handle it. So, okay, so now I have it done except for what I want if I want to decorate it. And if I didn't want to decorate it, I would just take my heavy duty shipping tape, clear shipping tape, and I would tape up here and down here, up here and down here, and I would be good to go, except for the fact I do want to make a little notch right here just to give the strings somewhere to go. This is where I want the strings to go, and it's right in the center of the spine. I don't want to get it too deep, just a little. Okay, well, I might want to make it a little wider than that because I do have 2 strings I'm going to put it on. Okay, so if that was all I was going to do, I would, like I said, tape both of those down, tape this down. Now you don't want to make sure, you want to make sure this is all open. So it's gonna be something like this, where you have your TN, and this is one of my Chic Sparrow Lovelies. It's a buttered rum. And so it's gonna just come in here. It's gonna sit on that string very nicely. My jacket, and I wouldn't have been able to put it in like that if those were taped, but that's how it's gonna work. And see how it's not bunching up that spine anymore. It's still sticking out, and there's nothing I can do about that. But the actual folder is in underneath the edges of the TN, so that's important there. But other than that, it's gonna be fine. Now, that would be all you'd have to do. Actually, you probably want to flip it so Kate Spade is on the back. But I'm gonna do some decorating of it and make it look pretty, because I plan on keeping it. If you are hard on them, I would cover the whole thing with packing tape. That gives it more stability. And except for, I'll make sure you leave this for this to slide into. Don't close that up, but go around it, go through the whole thing, and that way it'll last longer. But I'm going to do some decorating, and maybe I'll just pop back on and show you what I did when I'm done. Y'all have a great day.